All right, we're going to start today's workout standing. I want you to begin with your feet parallel, hip width apart, and then put your hands on top of your shoulders. Let's draw some circles with your elbows, making sure to mobilize your shoulders as you do that. I want you to start going backwards. All right, we'll just make it 5, and then let's go 5 the other way. Okay, so my shoulders are not just elevating, but also kind of rounding forward to follow the move. I want you to reverse it again, but this time put a little bend in the knees. And then you kind of pop up to help you lift and pull those shoulders around. And reverse it, and we pop them up. And 2 more times. All right, now with those elbows, can you draw half circles, like a rainbow? We're going to go up and over, and then back. Let's keep using this pattern, but we're going to add flexion and extension to your spine. Bring your elbows forward as you flex and bend your knees a little. Come back up and extend as you pull your elbows back. So we're going to soften those knees to help roll forward. Rise up tall on that inhale. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, lift. 2 more like that. And inhale up. 1 more time, flexing and lifting back up. All right. Now make them alternate. And I want you to go right into a rotation with this so you're looking over the shoulder at that back elbow. Let's do 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Reverse it. Check in on those knees. You can keep your legs straight. Just make sure you don't feel locked in a problematic way. If you do, just bend them a little bit. Try to keep your weight in your heels. You've got 4 and 3, 2 and 1. All right, let's head down onto the mat. I'm going to have you go into kneeling on your hands and knees. Let's set up in a regular quadruped position where you've got your weight even between your arms and your legs, knees about hip width apart. I'm going to take you right into a cat stretch on a 2-breath pattern so you feel like your breathing is really driving the motion. Before you start, let's just get tuned into diaphragmatic breath. I'd like you to inhale through your nose and try to take it deep into your rib cage so the ribs expand in every direction. Then exhale through your mouth and create a gentle compression at both the pelvic floor and the deepest layer of the abdominals. As you breathe in, start the breath into the back of the ribs. Feel the ribs open out to the side like an accordion expanding. And then when you exhale, gently brace away from the floor. Feel your abs contract like you had a sling underneath you. Take 1 more breath in. Imagine yourself getting longer, like the air was going all the way down to the pelvis, all the way up to your head. And now I want you to flex as you exhale. Find that same deep compression of the pelvic floor and abs, then start to round your spine, tucking your head and tail and keeping your weight even between the arms and legs. When you inhale, start to rock the pelvis back out. Feel your sit bones getting wider. Elongate your body through neutral, and then lift your chest and chin into a slight extension. Exhale, start to tuck under again. Notice how your sit bones narrow. That'll help the compression of the pelvic floor. Scoop those abs up, spread your shoulder blades apart, hang your head. And then inhale, start at the sit bones again. Feel them get wider as we rock through neutral. Keep pressing away from the floor. Lift your chest and chin. Your shoulder blades come together. 2 more. Exhale, tuck your tail under. Round the spine. Keep making more energy, drawing the head and tail towards each other. And then let them reach away from each other. Try to sense when you're in that neutral, and then keep lifting the tail and the chest. 1 more time. Exhale, tuck it under, press away from the floor. Feel those blades spread apart, let your neck relax, and then breathe in again. Let the air go down to the pelvic floor, all the way up to your chest, and lift your chin. Okay, now I'm going to have you take 1 leg out to the side. We're going to keep it parallel and come into as much hip flexion angle as you can. And now this is going to create a stretch. We're going to do a weight shift backwards and forwards. Try to stay in a neutral spine. I want you to do an inhale breath as you lean your weight back towards your heel that you're balancing on. And then exhale as you shift your weight forward. Inhale, shifting back so you get that stretch through the inner thigh, and then forward. And rock back and forward 2 more times like that. Inhale and exhale, return. 1 more time. Inhale, shifting. exhale, return. Now keep the weight loaded over your arms. I'm going to have you turn away from the leg that's sticking out to the side. So now you're going to breathe in, and I want you to rotate your upper body towards the ceiling. On your exhale, we're going to do our thread the needle as you shift back. Come forward, rotate away from that straight leg. Exhale, shift the weight back, still in that neutral low back and pelvis. Inhale. And exhale, shift back. One more time. Rotate open. And exhale, shift back. Okay, I'm going to have you switch legs and just repeat that on the other side. So we're taking that leg out straight. Make sure you feel supported with your fingertips spread wide. And now just in rhythm with breath, you're going to do an inhale, shifting back, and exhale back onto the hands. Inhale back in space, and exhale forward. And to the front, 2 more like this. Keep those sit bones wide. You want to resist tucking in that end range, really pointing towards the wall behind you, and then return. All right. So we're going to stabilize evenly with that opposite arm and leg, and then I want you to take an inhale, rotate away from the straight leg. Exhale, we're going to thread the needle, shift your weight back. And again, taking it forward as you rotate and open, inhale, and then exhale back in space, reaching through, let that shoulder drop. Inhale, expand, let the breath fill your chest. Exhale, compress your abs. We still want to create that wringing out sensation. One more time, breathe in. And then exhale, back. Okay, I'm going to stay with this leg just for a better visual of the next move. If you want to keep switching legs, that's fine. So the starting position is where you've got that straight leg. And now I'm going to have you stay loaded over your arms. We're going to pick that leg up, crescent moon shape, reach it across the midline as far as you can. And then we're going to go back up, flex your foot as you take it out to the side. So I'm going to use pointed toes for that far overreach. And then back to that flex foot when I get back to the side. And then over and up. We're going to do that 2 more times. And on the last one, I want you to stay in that crossed position. All right, so here's what I want you to see. Right now, my toes pointed. I'm going to roll my ankle in. So the ankle comes to the ground. My toes are pointed in. And then I'm going to push away from the floor with my pinky toe till I get that ankle neutral again. So I'm going to, again, roll the ankle out and then contract through the outer leg to lift that ankle back up. Keep playing with this. So it's a small motion, but will be really great for your balance. 2 more times. This is actually, even though we're moving the ankle, a great way to strengthen your knee. 1 more time, and then return. Okay, so now I want you to take that leg behind you, still straight. We're going to come down onto your forearms. And you can make almost like a almost closed triangle, so your fists are together, elbows are out wide. We're pitched on that slightly forward angle. Now with that leg parallel, I want you to take it up till it's in line with the rest of your torso. We're going to take it almost to the floor and then back up. Here I want you stabilizing with your abs, always creating that nice brace to support neutral. Pushing away from the floor with the forearms. And let's do 3 more of these. And 2. Stay aware of your head alignment. Keep your head up. You should be able to see your fists right now. All right, now flex your foot, bend your knee for a hamstring curl. Point your toes, reach out. Flex and bend, point and reach. So I notice I'm holding more load in the arm that's on the same side as the leg I have in the air. So that's appropriate, but work with that. Push away with that arm. And reach, and you're going to feel more core connection on that side. I want you to finish with your knee bent and your foot flexed. Now lower that leg a little. Push up through the heel. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. So a slow pulse here, trying to keep that hamstring engaged. 4, but I got to feel a little release before I press up. So that letting go is just as important as the work. 1 more time. Okay, before we switch legs, that one behind the other, and you're just going to sit back again. You can see I'm kind of folding all the way into a shell stretch. Hee-haw. All right, back up onto your hands. Let's start this all over again. Okay, I'm going to also fix my clothes. I'm a mess. And I got this one curl that just wants to be the star of the show today. All right, so I'm going to start with that leg out to the side. Try to get it even with the other knee. And I'm going to first create that crescent moon shape. So I'm going to lift my leg, point the toes. I'm going to reach across, tap to the other side, and then out wide and flex your foot. Up and over to reach, and then out wide. Make sure you're breathing through this. Inhale over and wide. You're going across one more time. You're going to stay. All right, so now we got to do that little ankle maneuver. I know you can't see me, but trust me, I'm doing it. All right, you're going to roll your ankle out so that the ankle comes closer to the floor, and then you're going to push away with the ground. I want you to look at what you're doing. Stare over your shoulder. Watch that ankle turn. So I'm going to let it sink, and then push away with the foot. And 2 more times, and lift. Last one. And up. All right, bring that leg behind you. Okay, so let's come back down onto the forearms. Get that forward pitch. Make yourself as even as you can, and get your working leg to parallel. So now I'm going to take it up in line with my torso, and then back down to the floor. And lift, and reach. It's great to connect with the stability of the torso first, and then as you lift the leg, make it feel longer. Instead of aiming for the ceiling, try to touch the wall behind you. Exhale up, pressing away with those forearms. Last 2. And you're going to finish out that leg in the up position. Okay, now into that hamstring curl. Flex your foot, bend your knee, point your toes, reach away. Drag it in and press away. See, I'm trying to stay at an even pace, using the whole breath to move, pretending I'm dragging that heel in through mud. Last 2. Finish with that knee bent. Get stable. Push away with your arms. Now drop the leg to start the motion, and then push back up. All right, so we're staying dorsiflexed at the ankle, trying to push that heel up to the ceiling. Match that by driving your knee down into the floor so you feel the opposition. You've got 4. And 3. Press with those arms. One more time. Okay, take that behind your, bend that knee, take it behind your other knee, sit all the way back, and try to make that cross leg shell stretch. And breathe. All right, let's go ahead down onto your back. I'm going to just really quickly try to get this curl to behave. All right, works for now. All right, let's do a few undulating hip rolls after I pull my pants up again. Leave a little space between your legs. Have your feet about 6 to 8 inches away from your body. 2 breath pattern for this as well. When you exhale, start to curl your pelvis off the mat, lifting 1 vertebra at a time till you create a bridge, and then flex at your hips and come straight down. Roll the spine off, so we go through that articulation motion. Find your stability, flex your hips to come down. 3 more times. Curl up, reaching your knees away from your shoulders, and then land it back down. And 2. Always emphasizing that knees towards toes is a great way to get those hamstrings to help you instead of work against you. And back down. Let's go the other way. Take an exhale, push straight up to bridge, and an inhale to roll back down. Exhale as you press up. Inhale, roll through the spine. Exhale, lift. Inhale, melt back down, breathing into your back. 2 more times. Give pressure into your big toes. You want to sense those inner thighs. And inhale, roll back down. 1 more time. Exhale, lift. And inhale, roll back down. Take your arms up to the ceiling with your palms facing each other. Rock into imprint. And then lift your legs up, one at a time, into tabletop position. We're going to do a set of toe taps with scissors. As you exhale, lower 1 foot towards the mat, and that side arm is going to reach overhead as the other one goes down towards your hip. Inhale, lift the leg, take both arms up to the ceiling. Let's switch. Exhale, scissor the arms, tap the toes down. Inhale up. So if you find this variation too challenging and you are losing your imprint, try to switch the scissor. And has the toe taps, have that arm going down in the same direction. That'll reduce the load just a little bit more. There's no point in doing this if you can't stabilize. I mean, that's, the point of it is stability. So make sure you could feel your breath, holding that imprint, resisting the weight in the arm and the leg, reaching away from each other. 1 more on each side. Exhale. Inhale up, and exhale, tap down. And inhale up. Leave your legs in tabletop. Take your hands behind your head. Now I'm going to have you flex up and just practice holding the tabletop legs. As you exhale, nod your chin, flex forward, look towards your thighs, and then inhale as you come back down. Exhale, curl up. I just noticed my pants are dirty. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. I was cleaning my car. Not to brag, I was cleaning the inside of my car before I started this. Exhale up. But that also tells you how dirty my car was. One more like this. Exhale, crunch. All right, and then back down. Now I'm going to have you hold the crunch. We're going to add bicycling legs to make this single leg stretch. On your exhale, nod the chin, flex forward, gaze towards your legs. Take one more breath in to work with. When you exhale, you're going to send one leg out straight. Inhale as your legs start to pass, then reach out your other leg. Inhale and exhale, and reach. So just like in those toe taps, we're trying to use the rhythm of your breathing to hold onto the imprint and resist the weight of the legs reaching out. You've got 4 and 3, 2 and 1. I want you to tuck both knees in, lower your head back down, legs stay in the air. All right, now we're going to do a variation on obliques, but we're going to use scissors for the legs instead of the usual bicycle pattern. Nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders again, and as you inhale, you're going to send those legs up straight. As you exhale, you're going to rotate away from the leg you're dropping. Switch legs as you come through middle. Exhale, twist. I want you to notice I'm trying to switch my legs, not up at the ceiling where I started, but halfway through the motion. That's a great challenge for you. The legs will feel heavier. It's going to be harder to hold that flexion. So now you know how to rewind off of it. If this is too hard, do pass your legs straight up to the ceiling. You're almost there though. You got 3 and 2 and 1. Let's come back to the center. Drop your head. I want you to tuck your knees into your chest, and then you can release them back down. Okay, flip over onto your stomach, please. Let's start with your legs parallel with a little space in between them. First, I'm going to take you through the breaststroke prep just so we get a little movement through the upper body. 2-breath pattern here. As you inhale, start to lift your gaze towards the end of your mat as you're pushing yourself away from the floor with your forearms. Draw your shoulder blades back to help you extend your upper spine and stop at your lowest rib. Then when you exhale, start to come back down. I know that was a lot of commands for one breath. I hope you did okay there. Inhale, lift up. Visualize elongating your neck as you come up like you're a turtle popping out of the shell. And then when you exhale, compress your abs away from the floor, sink yourself back down. As you come up, match that long neck with your shoulder blades gliding down. And you can create that with pressure into your forearms and exhale as you return. Let's go up one more time to create the new starting position. And now on your exhale, I want you to go into a hover and reach your arms overhead like you're the superhero. Inhale, bend your elbows, come back up, catch yourself. Exhale, draw those abs in, reach out to that low, long line. Inhale as you lift back up. Exhale, feel the force of the breath. Pull those ribs down, reach the arms through. Inhale, back up. One more time like that. Exhale, lower, lengthen into that hover. Inhale, lift up, and then come all the way back down. All right, prop yourself up about halfway. We're just going to do 3 side bends to each side. So you're going to take one arm, reach it across like a windshield wiper, and if you'd like to add, same leg can step across to the other leg, and then come back to the center. I want you to inhale as you're doing that. Reach across, exhale to return. Since we're inhaling, try to breathe into the side you're stretching to give you even more from the inside. Exhale to return. Inhale over. You can look towards the shoulder, side of the hip. One more to each side. Inhale. Check that you're maintaining your lift through center. One more the other way. And back to the center. Come on back down. All right, I want you to take both arms out to the side. You're going to push away from the floor just a little bit with your hands. Stay in that hover. As you do this exercise, you can turn your head side to side, but only if that feels natural. This is a scorpion. Now you're going to take your legs. I want you to turn them out so they're in lateral rotation. Prepping it just to feel your angles. You're going to bend one knee, and I want you to lift the knee off like you're trying to bring your foot towards the opposite shoulder. Place that knee down and then extend the leg. Try that to the other side. Bend your knee. Pick it up towards that other shoulder and lower back down. Just one more on each side. Try to keep a steady push away from the floor with your arms. That's core work, subtle, but maintaining the push helps to hold you still in space because now we're going to make it bigger. So now I'm going to bend the knee, and as I start to lift it, I'm going to let the pelvis twist. So here, I'm going to show you taking my head with me. I'm going to look away from where I'm turning, and then I'm going to lower back down and extend the leg. So other side, I bend. I'm going to start to twist. Let the body follow. Look at the hand that's anchoring, and lower back down. Okay, so if that feels buggy to your neck, you can just keep looking at the floor. But if you choose to do that, you're going to notice your head turns a little. So if it's comfortable, just go for it. Rotate to the side and return. So we lead with the pelvis, and then we let it spiral up your spine, and then rotate back. Press away with your hand. So you have something to anchor you to rotate away from. Let's do one more to each side. Rotate and push and lower back down. Last time, twist and reach and lower back down. All right, from there, I want you to push yourself back into a shell stretch. Sit your hips onto your heels and round your spine. And breathe. Take a nice big breath in. Feel your ribs expand in the back. And then when you exhale, roll yourself up to sitting. All right, let's do a few half roll backs to prep you for a full roll up. So I'll have you sit with your knees bent. If your legs are real long, remember to walk them out a little bit so they're more shallow so you have some space for your upper body. Try to sit right up onto the sit bones. Grab a cushion if you can so we get your hips up a little bit higher. A cushion to sit on. Do you assume when I say a cushion it's to sit on? It's to sit on. All right, arms forward at chest height. As you exhale, I want you to flex your spine forward. Stay on your sit bones, curl your upper body so you're rounded over your legs. Hold here for a breath in. When you exhale, start to curl your pelvis away from your thighs. As you roll down, you want to tuck your pubic bone up, and then as you inhale, dive forward over your legs. When you begin to exhale, just compress your abs. Don't move right away, and then make sure you're moving from your hips. So we take that muscular compression, then focus on the bones. Inhale, dive forward. When you roll back, see if you can go far enough that you end up looking at the wall in front of you. Dive forward, flexing over your knees. Exhale, roll back, slide those shoulders down out of your ears, and curl forward. Try to keep the arms parallel to the ground. Just one more like this. And then dive forward. Okay, just sit up, place your arms down for a sec. Now, when we do the full roll up, we're going to have your legs out straight. They can be together or slightly separated, but I want you to flex your feet. Now, set your arms parallel to the floor, and can you come into the starting position the same way? Leave your arms parallel to the ground and curl forward. So look at how much higher your arms are than your feet right now. That's why we'll often jokingly cue you are wearing clown shoes. I want you to aim for this when we come up next time. As you exhale, compress the abs again and start to rock the pelvis back. You'll know you're doing it from there as you roll off your sit bones towards the back of your pelvis. You want to keep your feet flexed. Take your time coming down. Unravel and reach your arms overhead about halfway towards the floor. To come up, you're going to take an inhale, lift your arms above your chest. Exhale, nod your chin, curl forward, reach towards your legs, stay just a little higher than those feet. Roll back, keep looking down at your thighs as you begin to curl towards the mat, and then unravel. Just like you're a red carpet, lay yourself out, reach those arms overhead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, tip your chin down, flex forward. Maintain that C shape. When you come to the top, you can always soften your knees if you're having trouble reaching the sit bones. Roll back those hips, tuck up your pubic bone, unravel, reach overhead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, tip your chin down, flex yourself forward, round up and over the legs. Inhale, start to roll back down, unravel, reach overhead. Just one more time. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, start to flex, round towards your legs, reaching, and then inhale, up tall again. All right, let's come up into a kneeling position. Tall kneel this time. All right, a little stop sign hand. Action for your spine twist. We'll do 3 pulses to each side. Inhale, grow tall through your spine. Then exhale as you rotate for 3, deeper 2, further 1, Big inhale back to center. Other side, rotate for 3. Deeper 2, further 1, and inhale, return. Exhale, get taller 2, further 3, come back to center. Now as you're twisting, try to contract your glutes just a little to keep pushing your hips forward so they stay over the knees. 1 more each way. Exhale, rotate. 2 and 3. Back to center. Last time for 3 and 2 and 1. Back to center. I'm going to turn side facing to you, but you can keep looking at the camera. All right. To stretch your quads, I'm going to take you through a hinge back motion, but before we go to that, first I'll have you do kneeling squat. So here we get flexion at the hips. We're going to get a release through your glutes and your lats, and then I'm going to have you come up straight. Can we try that again? Go down to your squat, only because I didn't say it very well, and then back up. One more time for now. And then back up. Now this time, stay straight from your knees to your head. And I want you to lean backwards at the knees. Try to stay neutral, but reach your arms forward at chest height. So you're like one of those punching bags filled with sand, and then you're going to come up to the top. Try that 2 more times. Lean back. Keep looking forward so you go into a very slight chin nod, and then back up. And it's the type of chin nod, if you're one of my reformer students, that you would use in straight back on the box. And then back up. Okay, can we alternate 1 squat, 1 hinge? So you're going to inhale, squat, exhale, rise, inhale, hinge back, find that quad stretch, exhale, lift, inhale, squat down, exhale, rise up. Now hinge back, reaching those arms forward for your counterbalance, and lift. Good. 2 more sets. Down, back up, keep gazing forward as you lean back. Compress your abs and lift. 1 more time, hinging and lifting. Now take it back and up. Okay, stay tall, kneel, arms overhead. We're going to do a fluttering arm version of swimming. So you're going to inhale, flutter, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn back to you. When we're doing this, this is just a stabilization challenge. Focus on your breathing and exhale. And you're trying to resist rotating the ribs as you flap these arms. 2 more breaths. Get taller through your spine. Last 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. From here, let's try a little kneeling side kick. You're going to bring one hand down to the mat, setting it even with your knees, and spread your fingertips apart. Reach that other leg out straight in line with your body. Take one hand to your forehead. All right. Let's take that top leg up to hip height. Flex your foot. You're going to do an inhale breath, kick forward in 2 pulses, and exhale breath to sweep your leg back. And again, inhale, 2 to the front, exhale back. So we've been talking a lot about your sit bones today and your pelvic floor. I just wanted attention there for this exercise. As you kick forward, push your sit bone away from your head, and you'll get a better hamstring stretch. Let's do that 2 more times. Press out through the heel, point your toes, try to keep the height of the leg. 1 more time, inhale, inhale, exhale back. Okay, tap down for a sec. I want you to take your top arm up to the ceiling, the leg back up. Make tiny circles with your leg and try to stay stable with your upper body. You might feel stronger if you hold a fist. You've got 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it for 8, 7. Press away from the floor more. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, come on down. Shake it out. All right, to the other side. Hand to the floor. Fingertips spread. Make a little space. Another hand to your forehead. All right, let's get that working leg up. Think of those sit bones right away. Inhale, kick forward for 2 pulses. Exhale, point your toes, sweep back the leg. And again, inhale, inhale, exhale, reach it back. Keep the leg parallel in both directions. Connect with the abs. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, sweep back the legs. 2 more times. Press, press, and exhale out. Last one. Inhale, inhale, exhale away. All right, tap down for a reset. Top arm up to the ceiling. Keep it open. Keep it fisty, whatever you prefer. and then get that leg up. Little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, done with that. All right, stand back up. Second position, toes turned out, bend your knees a little bit. All right, we're gonna do a pivoting motion. So when we pivot, you're gonna lift a heel, and you're gonna turn the pelvis by rotating the knee down, and then come back up. So let's do that alternating sides. So I'm gonna lift the heel, pivot and drop, and then return. So I'm going from a plie into a lunge, and then back. And I'm trying to do this as a hip mobility exercise, so I'm letting the leg turn and then the hips follow. So I get that segmented motion. Let's do 6. I make fun of musicals a lot, like if you know me in real life, and I always crack up because being a Pilates teacher is kind of singing, or like you're whatever, at a cadence. I always feel like such a hypocrite. And one more like that, rotate and dip. Okay, now use that as a base. Put one hand on your leg. I'm going to dip and flex. I'm going to come back out to that plie and go over my shoulder with the palm up. So when I rotate, I'm going to go kind of floppy arm. But now pretend you're holding something on a tray when you go back. Twist and sink. Rotate and open 2 more times. Dip and lift. Last one. Sink and expand. All right, other side, then you're done. Boink, tray, drop it. Reach towards the floor. Catch it, open. And again, exhale. Inhale right into that quadrant you're twisting. Exhale, lower. Inhale up and around. 2 more times. Sink down and lift. Exhale and inhale up. Done. All right, have a great day. See you next week.